Stop calling it dull and boring. It's not dull and boring.
Are campervans still selling in 2025? I flew to Bespoke Leisure in Northern Ireland to find this out and lots more. We'll look at whether the market's crashed and whether these vans are dull and boring like people say, and also we'll talk about the new Transit and the new T7. Sorry, I mean the new Transporter, and we'll find out what it means for the campervan conversion market.
So, you guys speak to lots of dealers and customers. How are you finding things?
Yeah, the market has been slow over the late part of last year and into the early part of this year, but we found and genuinely had a real upturn in sales in the last while, especially coming into the summer season. We sort of noticed a notable change now in people wanting to spend money on camper vans again, and I suppose the better weather and getting closer to that time of the year helps as well. So yeah, it's been good generally. Yeah.
T6.1s, you still got any T6.1s left?
Last one's gone out this week. A couple of T6s, more trade-in stock, but it's generally the Ford Transit Customs. Has been a good uptake the last couple of weeks, especially I think just in season. Definitely plenty of interest and plenty of handovers.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, so the van that people have often been saying is a Ford Transit, but customers like it.
Yeah, I've had
Build a good
no.
product.
Yeah, I think we've sort of, because we were always T6.1s, Volkswagens, obviously moved to the Ford, but I think we've just added and improved, like so the hot water is standard. I think what you're getting as standard in our vans, um, dull and boring, that's a matter of opinion, but I would say it's the quality. Generally speaking, to most customers, they link the simplicity and practicalities in our vans.
Don't take it too personally.
No, I won't.
You look like you've taken it personally.
No, no, I think that that's actually what I think a lot of customers like
Yeah.
because it's the practicalities and the simplicity of it. But I think if any customer that comes to us to shows or bought our vans would say that the quality speaks for itself.
Yeah.
And with the type approvals as well, yes, we could go and put in a grill and microwave, but then you're losing all your space, and we don't feel that there's a need for it.
Yeah. But is it? Some people want that, don't they? Some people want the grill and the microwave and things like that, but then others don't. And when we say dull and boring, I think a lot of people are referring that to pretty much the external look, maybe the look of the units. But I mean, we've got some examples here, and to me, that flooring is not dull and boring. I mean, I don't know any other vans which you've got the ball and flooring like that, um, and the external look of a van. But it's different customers, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you put massive wheels and a lowered suspension, a lot of your customers wouldn't be interested in that, would
Yeah, yeah, that's right. And actually, in the past, there was a mistake we maybe made. We used to also perceive that people would like the vans to have big wheels and lower suspension. And then we started to realize that actually the majority of our customers, although they bought the van off us, the feedback was, well, we still would have bought this van if it didn't have that stuff. And in fact, we've even had people ask us to reverse that. So
Yeah.
they want, a bit more tire, they want a bit more comfort potentially. They don't want to be worried about bouncing it up a curb. And there is a customer for that. There's options for both. And we feel we can cover that. So we do have aftermarket wheel options and other things we can do within our range. But our typical customer base are actually happy to have. They want alloy wheels, but they tend to be the Ford alloy wheels, and and they just body cord bumpers, nice look, and it's more about the specification then. So we're finding customers want to have front and rear parking sensors, rear view camera, cruise control, and all the nice features, air conditioning, Apple CarPlay. This sort of stuff actually is what we're finding is really what's wanted in the market.
The heart of the vehicle, to use the practicalities of the vehicle
Yeah.
as you need it to be done on a road, and then obviously the camper van aspect of it as well. That different specification,
Yeah.
hot water and the lithium batteries.
It's adding on them little bits and pieces to make it that bit more special for the money. So rather than having the alloy wheels in, well, then we can invest that money into the hot water system or a different heating system and lithium battery and maybe have them things as standard in that van. And we can still add on the wheels and stuff then, should somebody want to have it.
Yeah. But your product is different to other converters.
Yep.
There's lots of different converters, and they all do different things. And some of them will do the big wheels and the body kits, and that's because they're dealing to a different type of customer, aren't they? Because there are customers for everybody. And I'm right in saying you do speak to other converters, don't you?
Yeah, we do. We particularly in the circle of the people who would be tend to be Volkswagen approved or have the type approval. We know a lot of these people. We've been in the industry quite a long time, and we see them at like the NEC shows, and we've got used to dealing with the people. And actually, on certain things, there's an element of collaboration there as well. So it's a bit like the collaboration at the minute between Ford and Volkswagen. That's very much a sharing of the costs and stuff. And actually, for those who are, we feel, doing the thing right, there is an argument there where we can also share the costs, and that helps us all have a better product, which we can then pass on them savings to the end user. So we can still have completely individual vehicles, but there's maybe stuff on the technical side, which is dull and boring, that we can disappear into the fabric of the van, and actually you'll find that there's other people who have vans on the market who are our competitors, and we're actually fitting exactly the same parts and components, and even some of the more technical stuff is absolutely identical between the vehicles. So we do that a bit.
But they just look different because I might want a van which has got the one particular look, and then somebody else, might want something which is different. So you, compared to the other respected brand which you collaborate with, they're selling to a different customer, so they might want a different van.
Yeah.
So everybody's different, isn't it? It's like I'm always saying in my videos that we've all got different tastes. So what is somebody's dull and boring is somebody else's absolute perfect camper van. That's
right.
exactly what I want. I want that hot shower. What benefit is the 21-inch alloy wheels going to give me, apart from a rough ride and it's going to look nice?
Yeah.
But a hot shower actually is going to give me that hot shower.
Yeah. So no, there's a market for both. So there definitely is, and and there's nothing wrong with that. And we get customers that would not like our van at all on the outside, but then once we explain to them more, we can do these different things. Well, then there's the opportunities arise to maybe sell that vehicle into that market as well. So we have opportunities, but we do find that we have a sort of a customer base who like what we do and like the quality side of what we do.
I think there is that preconception. A lot of customers feel they want one thing until you're able to educate them of what the benefits of our van. So like the hot water, we've been in it long enough, we've thought of stuff that customers might not necessarily think they want or need, but by adding in a standard helps. Like one of the standard things for me is the customer would generally say, oh, do we do a long wheelbase? No. But by underslinging the gas tank, putting the freestanding table and the lockgate and the sliding door, by utilising all of that space, I generally find that once you've talked through and shown a customer and educated them, then it's, oh, okay. It's just the preconception of what I've come thinking that I want, but now that they see our vans, they sort of understand it.
Yeah. So as far as the new Transporter is concerned, not the T7, as I'm often arguing online. The T7 is the multivan. The new Transporter is the new Transporter. It is the T7. We all know it's the T7, but never mind. That is another story. So you've obviously built the first NCC approved.
Yeah.
But you've not got any more. You've not got any here to show me. What's happening with deliveries?
No, deliveries have been slow, so they have been. So there's some of the converters are starting to see them now. We're seeing them coming through the grapevine in decent numbers. We've quite a few on order, and we now have delivery dates for our next batch. So we had that first one to work on and get done and see how it will be received, and that's been very good. And hopefully we'll start to see some coming through in decent numbers very soon. To see where it goes. So, but yeah, so far it's been very positive.
So the feedback seems to be good. Obviously, you speak to dealers on a regular basis. What are they finding?
Well, I think a lot of the dealer feedback is customer have a want that they're happy to wait.
So they prefer to have the Transporter.
I think although it is on the face of it, they will all say it's the Ford Transit custom, but I think still having the Volkswagen badge that a lot of the dealers we're speaking to are happy to wait to sort of see what they'll take because they feel that the customers might be more sort of gauged toward going still for that because it is a Volkswagen badge at the end of the day.
And it's got 2 armrests.
The most important feature.
I've only got 1 armrest here. What's going on?
There is a perception in the dealers that the customers will want the Volkswagen, and I think that just goes back to the heritage of the Volkswagen over a long period of time, obviously. And I'm not actually totally convinced in reality that if they're sitting side by side, that they'll not be customers for the Ford as well, because genuinely that has been really well received. But the Volkswagen badge is kind of synonymous with Volkswagen campervans and the campervan industry, and that's, I feel, why the dealers are kind of waiting off to see how that goes. And I suppose little things like the 5-year warranty and some of the other little bits and pieces are making a difference on the
You
VW.
say little thing, I think that's actually quite a big thing, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Not only for the fact that 5-year warranty as far as the mechanical and the actual van itself, the base vehicle, but obviously with you being VW qualified, then 5-year on the conversion as well. So that's actually quite a big.
Yeah.
That's an extra 2 years over what you're going to get with the Ford.
Yeah, it is a big plus on the Volkswagen, so it is, without doubt. Although you are paying a premium for the Volkswagen, so you have to bear that into mind as well. Though the Ford has a more expensive list price, the reality is when all that pans out, the Volkswagen will have a more expensive list price whenever it comes to camper vans. But you do get the warranty and a few extra features thrown in there. It's worth saying that the warranty is extendable on the Ford, so it is possible. It is possible to have a 5-year warranty on that also, and probably still be less money than the Volkswagen. So there's an argument for that also.
And it's going to be interesting long term, isn't it? What happens with the actual residual values?
Yeah.
Because we've known obviously for years a T6, T6.1, T5, they hold those high values.
Yeah.
But actually, what is going to happen with a new Transporter? Because it is a Volkswagen Transporter.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's a Ford Volkswagen Transporter.
Yeah.
So how's that going to affect? I mean, none of us know, do we? There's no point even talking about it.
It's still early days.
It is difficult to say, but have you got any gut feeling, any ideas, any thoughts? I personally, we've got to remember here that we've got part of the community, part of the world who is Volkswagen. They've got the heritage, they've got that loyalty to the brand, and then you've got the other half. Like they don't know any different, and the only reason they're looking negatively, the Volkswagen lot, is because they've got that brand loyalty.
Yeah.
I still think that the Volkswagen is still carrying that badge.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think the brand loyalty will still be there. I know there's lots of negative comments at the minute, but ultimately it is the new Transporter. And it will be the Transporter for the next decade at least, I'm sure. So I feel that that extra bit with it will hold its residual based on that. It's more of the Volkswagen camper van thing than it is one van versus the other. It's always been the case, and I really can't see why that would change.
So what do you think of the Transporter, the new Transporter?
I haven't done just one so far. In the face of it, there is parts of it I like. If I was to compare, I feel that the Transit is a far nicer looking vehicle, definitely in the front. We sort of embellishments and stuff, the door trim and stuff, in the new Transporter, which is cool and a bit different. But if it was me personally, and in comparison to like the T6.1, I feel the new Transit is a very modern looking vehicle. I just think it's far nicer looking.
I've got to be honest. When they first came out, I did prefer the Transit. I genuinely did.
Yeah.
And it's really, really recent that over this last 2 or 3 weeks, I'd say, and I think it started by when I saw that warm green one. I saw a warm green one in Exeter.
Yeah.
And it was like, that's actually quite nice.
Yeah.
And then there was another image which I saw. Oh, it was your black one. I thought that actually looks quite nice, even though it only had the commerce front bumper. I thought that looked nice.
Yeah.
And then there was a red image which came out, I think it was only last week, about the T7 generation. I think that's what it was about. And I thought that actually looks really nice in red. I don't like red. I won't buy a red colour, but I thought it actually looked really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd always liked the Transit until that point. But yeah, it's definitely grown on me. And there are differences, aren't there? You know, there are differences between the two. Yes, the side profile is the same, but there are things which are different. I mean, obviously the front end is completely different.
Yeah.
The rear lights is different. The tailgate's different.
Yeah.
It is different.
Yeah. The front's particularly different on the two of them, and some people will like one and other people like the other. Like what Joe said, the Ford, for me, when we first seen them, I thought the Ford is actually a nicer looking van. I thought it was more in proportion. It just looked good. But like you, I've seen them on the road. I actually seen one yesterday on the road just driving past, and oh, that's a new transporter. And I think it's going to take a little bit of time, but it's definitely a grower. It's getting better, and I think some of the styling stuff, it'll look really smart. So it will. So yeah, like there's going to be people for both. So there is. They're both good looking vans, and you know there's nothing wrong with either. And then spec wise, things like the lights, at least, really good on them there.
Yeah, because the LEDs are standard on the Transporter, but
Yeah.
they're not on the Transit, are they?
That's right. Only on the higher model ones, so things like the Limiteds, and there's the special van then also available called the Camper Donor on the Ford.
Yes.
So that's something that Ford has kind of developed. It's kind of based on their Ford Nugget and the Tornado. That's actually really nice. That's got a lot of bits and pieces you wouldn't normally see on them. So it's got a completely different front grille and some nice bits of interior trim, and it's available from the factory with like bigger wheels and some more refinement stuff on it. So that's a really nice looking van too.
2 armrests.
Yeah, 2 armrests.
I mean,
yeah.
what is that about,
Yeah.
like, really? Why do you put 2 armrests on the donor vehicle but nothing else? Like, why?
I suppose that one there is really designed to be a camper van, and that's its only purpose. And the other big advantage to that one is it gets factory swivel seats, which is something you're not going to see on the Volkswagen, at least for now. I think they'll eventually do something about that, but at the minute, that's the only vehicle, Transit or Volkswagen, where you can have factory swivel seats is on that camper donor vehicle.
And you can get the Camper Donor as a twin slider, can't you?
That's right. That's right. So some of the converters use it as a twin slider. So it's available as a twin slider or a single slider. Some of the nice little factory options like the bigger wheels and stuff are really nice on that one.
So when you're converting the Camper Donor, is it much different to you actually converting it?
Yeah, from our point of view, it's easier to convert because it's got more of the things from the factory already done. So because that's designed to be a camper van, it comes with like a lot of the plastic trims we would normally want to have in place, the swivel seats as we mentioned in place. It's even got things like a secondary battery as factory and some other little bits and pieces. The glass is a big thing, so it's already got factory glass the whole way around. So that limits the amount of cutting we need to do the vehicle. We really only need to cut the hole in the roof. From a point of view of having like a really factory type van, it's a good option.
So there's a lot of variety then.
Yeah.
So it's not just a Ford Transit and a Volkswagen. It's actually a Ford Transit. You got a donor vehicle, and then you got the Volkswagens with all their different upgrades.
Yeah.
So you're actually getting quite a few different options.
We've never had so much choice, to be honest, and it is a good thing. It's nice to have a bit of choice, and even things like colours. So the Ford has got a reasonably limited palette, but actually the Volkswagen has introduced a whole load of new colours again. So the green that you've talked about, and there's a nice blue, and some of the lighter grey colours. So those aren't available on Ford, and likewise Ford have like a really nice orangey red, which isn't available in the Volkswagen. So there's that really widens the choice for the customer, which is good.
So it's not dull and boring.
Definitely not.
Not dull and boring, especially with the colour options which you've got here with the different fabrics. Stop calling it dull and boring. It's not dull and boring. No, I admitted there's only a few people have said it, but when I saw it, I did laugh because it kind of it is one of those things which is just resonates with me all the time, because some people might say it's all tarted up. Well, yeah, because you don't like the big wheels and the suspension, whereas actually somebody else does, and somebody might like this type of which I like it because it's just nice and clean, and it's this kind of conversion where you can actually improve by putting some kind of like decals on it, some vinyls, like things like that, where you can't with some other ones. So I think it's just kind of like a really good, it's a great camper, isn't it? And I'm not biased in any way by sitting here in front of you. I genuinely do mean it. But it is a great conversion, with the hot water and things like that. I do like it, but I also do like the wheels as well. So I am kind of one of those people where actually I'd like a bit of an amalgamation of the all.
Yeah.
But I think now I'd be more of a swamper style look.
Yes.
So a bit more rugged. So kind of I don't want to get stuck anywhere. Yeah. And that's another thing, isn't it? You've got the trail.
Yeah.
As far as the Transit's concerned,
that's right. Yeah.
Are we going to get the Panamericana?
I don't know. I think it'll come. I think it'll come.
Well, you can just nip over the border. And
Yeah, we can get them in the south of Ireland, so that's immediately available there. So yeah,
What's the difference in that?
so you've got the 4-wheel drive system on that
Okay.
one there. So it's
optional. I think it's exactly the same as the trail, that kind of thing. So it's an optional 4-wheel drive.
Yeah. So yeah, no.
Yeah, those just like the trail off grid,
Yeah.
off road. More commercial in the sense of it's kind of got the matte black plasticky trims going around it to kind of give it that.
Yeah, it's perfect for
I don't
that
get-
sort of swamper type feel. So
Yeah,
it is. Yeah.
But yeah, the Panamericana, I don't think has ever made it to the UK as an official
Yeah.
conversion. So it's going to be interesting to see if it does
Well,
come over.
the fact it's in the Republic of Ireland in right-hand drive form, that's a good start.
Yes.
That's a good start. So we'll have to watch and see.
In this showroom coming soon.
Yes.
Any seek. The only one at the show.
Well, thanks for your time. Very much appreciate that. So the market, as it seems at the moment, there is a lot of interest in there. The Ford Transits are selling. The new Transporter has got a lot of interest. So yeah, look out for plenty more videos on these kind of conversions, and look out for my big project, which is coming very soon. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I hope to see you soon.